Shout out to Blue Apron for sponsoring this update. Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. See what all the fuss is about and get your first 3 meals free when you visit blueapron.com/theknow.
Loud noises!
Welcome to The Know, I'm Brian. Rockstar Games says it's changing its overtime policy after a lot of controversy in recent weeks over its workplace practices. Kotaku reports that UK-based Rockstar Lincoln, which did a lot of QA testing for Red Dead Redemption 2, is now getting rid of what many considered to be a mandatory overtime policy. Now Rockstar says overtime is completely voluntary. Head of publishing Jen Colby told Kotaku, "Through the conversations we've been having, it is clear to us that the requested scheduled overtime felt like an obligation to some, if not many, of the team. We therefore spoke to them to make sure it is clear that the OT is not mandatory." I wonder where they got that impression. Meanwhile, on Reddit, a QA tester said that the change is huge for workers there, saying that, quote, "Many of us haven't been able to take full weekends without paying for it in a long time, and it's a giant step forward in making crunch less of a hell to deal with." The QA tester also wrote, "Overtime has changed for us now as of next week. We had a big meeting today where it was announced that all overtime going forward will be entirely optional. So if we want to work the extra hours and earn the extra money, as well as make yourself look better for progression, then we can do, but there's no longer a rule making us do it." That employee said they in particular worked on average a 56-hour work week, with mandatory overtime saying it was expected of us. Wow, good thing Rockstar doesn't crunch. Jeez. Of course, all of these allegations have to do with work on Red Dead Redemption 2, which is out this Friday for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now we're getting reports that the game could be coming to PC next year. That's according to the European retailer Media Market, which has listed the game as releasing for PC in 2019. That was noticed by a site in the Netherlands called Techtastic, and it's got a release date of December 31st, 2019, but that is a pretty common placeholder. Also, that would be a change for the series because, as you might remember, the first Red Dead Redemption never came out on PC, but Rockstar probably wants as many people to check out Red Dead Online as possible. That could account for the change this time around. SOULCALIBUR 6 released on Friday, and like a lot of games, selling a lot fewer physical copies than its predecessor. In the UK, the game sold 55% fewer copies at launch than SOULCALIBUR 5, which released back in 2012, but SOULCALIBUR 6 hardly alone in seeing that trend. Eurogamer notes that Assassin's Creed Odyssey saw 25% fewer physical sales than Origins did a year ago, but when you combine physical and digital sales worldwide, it sold more. Black Ops 4 also saw lower physical sales in the UK, the lowest in a decade, in fact. But yeah, the fact is more and more people continuing to make that shift to digital. This is a pattern that's going to continue. I still buy physical, I'm not gonna lie. I like having something to sell back. I like to own something. I know I really don't own anything, but you know what? I can at least get my 20 bucks back. Sony is going to give us an update on the Medieval Remastered game very soon. That's according to PlayStation social media director Sid Schumann, who said on the PlayStation blogcast, "We'll hear something in the next week or so." Gamatsu reported Schumann as saying, "I have it on excellent authority that one Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios chairman Sean Layden is going to be stopping back on the show in the next week or two. He's very excited to give everybody a big update on Medieval, so he is going to be in the show in the next week or so and give us all an update on that." The game came out for the original PlayStation way back in the late 90s, and a remaster for the PS4 was announced in 2017, so sounds like we will learn more soon. Devil May Cry 5 isn't out until next year, and is tradition, Capcom has an insane bundle that goes with it if you got a bunch of cash lying around. According to the Japanese eCapcom site, they're offering a couple of bundles that include jackets worn by some of the main characters. The craziest of those cost 900,000 yen, about $8,000 in US dollars. That includes a copy of the game, nice of them to include, plus a jacket that's based on the one worn by the motion actor who portrays Dante. Now, Capcom has done crazy bundles like this before, especially with the Resident Evil games, so isn't entirely new for them. Sadly, it looks like it's only available in Japan, so you know what? Put your wallets back in your pocket. I know you wanted that jacket. Devil May Cry 5 is due out March 8th of next year. A 16-year-old newcomer has dethroned the 7-time Tetris World Champion. Happened at the Classic Tetris World Championships over the weekend at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. That is where 7-time champ Jonas Neubauer fell to the 16-year-old Joseph Saley thanks to a couple of last-minute Tetrises. The whole thing was, of course, streamed on Twitch. Very exciting to watch. Neubauer was a super good sport. He hugged the kid, praised the new champion. Saley won $1,000 for this feat. Not a lot of money in competitive Tetris, apparently. Alright, heads up for my fellow Destiny 2 players. Pretty sweet auto rifle that's available right now as part of the game's Festival of the Lost event. It's called the Horror Story, and as GameSpot notes, it's a fully masterworked legendary auto rifle that's got a power level of 600, which is great. That's probably the best part about it. It's also got Zen Moment and Rampage on it. The catch is it costs 120 fragmented souls. That's a lot, but you can earn them by doing the special PvE Haunted Forest event. I've been grinding it all weekend. It's not super difficult, but you do have to do quite a few of them to save up for the gun. You'll generally get about 5 to 7 souls for each run. Still though, it is worth it. The event runs through November 6th, so you've still got some time left. I'm personally about halfway there. All right, first Iron Fist, now Luke Cage. Netflix announced it is canceling Luke Cage after 2 seasons. The Hollywood Reporter quoted a source saying that the cancellation was due to creative differences and the inability to agree to terms for a 3rd season of the show. Of course, Luke Cage and Iron Fist were part of a group of 5 Marvel shows that Netflix ordered back in 2013. That also included Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and The Defenders. Now, The Punisher has also become its own series, and its 2nd season is due out next year on Netflix. Daredevil launched its 3rd season on Friday. Now, while Disney, which owns Marvel, is launching its own streaming service that will feature other Marvel characters, for now, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and The Punisher will remain on Netflix. All right, that is all the news we got for today. Let us know what you think about all these stories down in the comments below. For all your news from every corner of the internet, like this video, subscribe to The Know, go to our website, theknow.tv. See you there. Thanks to Blue Apron for sponsoring this update. Want to get better at cooking? There's no time like the present, and Blue Apron, they make it so easy. They're the #1 meal kit delivery service in the US. There's a reason for that. They deliver fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes right to your door. Every meal can be cooked in as little as 20 minutes. Plus, their new menu changes with 12 new meals every week, so you don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over, and they're flexible. They got different plans to suit your needs. 2-person plans, family plans. I didn't cook a lot growing up or in my 20s or my 30s, but Blue Apron, they really do make it easy for you, and now I'm a lot more confident in the kitchen. I can cook things that do not involve the microwave, which was previously my specialty. They got some awesome options from crispy chicken tenders with mashed potatoes to pasta and creamy tomato sauce and beyond. If you want to try it out, Blue Apron is offering our Know Buddies your first 3 meals for free. Just go to blueapron.com/theknow. It'll be applied when you redeem the offer on their site.